I think our team here is a lovely mix of general practitioners with various different specialties who are a very compassionate, collegiate, collaborative team. They have a lifelong love of learning, which is exactly what you want in a teacher, I think. We've welcomed many medical students over the last couple of years who have all had wonderful experiences here. For me, I'm quite passionate about registrars and where they're placed in general practice. In my past life, before coming here to Walker Street Doctors, I worked at the Australian Medical Association and spoke to junior doctors about their experience in placement. And sadly, there are some not great stories that you hear. And when I come to a place like this that is so calm and welcoming and safe and encouraging about the next generation of general practitioners, it makes me wonder why we've been left out of this equation, and it makes me really passionate about wanting to talk to people like the RACGP about how we can change this model so that practices that are grandfathered and continue to get registrars when perhaps they're not as safe an environment for a registrar to be working, and there's such locations like Walker Street Doctors that are left behind. I think it's a conversation that we need to have.
Hi, my name's Tom and I'm a final year medical student who had the privilege of attending placement at Walker Street Doctors. I was able to receive fantastic teaching from Nerida and all the other wonderful doctors, all of whom have their own skill sets and styles, but above all, an immense passion for teaching.
Yeah, good exposure for the registrars, which we've already sort of shown that we can do through the students. Medical students, we love teaching them and love having them here, and I think we could offer a lot for GP registrars as well.
The use of digital health innovations with electronic health records and digital communication through handouts and emails and digital resourcing, which again is such a way of helping improve the impact of what you can do with patients and reduce the paperwork burden on yourself as a GP. And these are things that I think at Walker Street we've been very intentional at trying to stay really right at the forefront of what is possible in general practice, and it's become second nature. It's just a part of how we operate, and to be able to share that and to impart that to registrars who are just at the start of hopefully a decades-long career, that I think is also something that we can really bring as a value add into registrar training.
I'm really excited. I've had a really great experience with the nurse currently teaching me and still learning along the ways. There's always learning that needs to be done here, and Walker Street Doctors is very, very open to that. And anytime I need, any assistance, I can always knock on the door and they'll be able to assist straight away.
We have great GPs who are very keen for teaching. And a really good demographic as well. So I think registrars would really thrive here and get a good experience.
We have had a couple of students, few of students last year and this year as well. And it was really a brilliant experience to have them around, and it was really fun and enjoyable to work with them, especially to see how curious and engaged and helpful they are with us. And it was really lovely to share the knowledge with them and slow them around.
Also from my experience as a medical student and registrar, and having many situations where people were unwilling to help, where they were very unfriendly, where you really felt like you were someone who really was not worth the time of day, I really feel that we have a responsibility to help our colleagues and to help them learn and to be friendly, and to be able to do that so that people really enjoy their job, and that they enjoy being a doctor, being a general practitioner, and we can really help do that.
The other thing that Walker Street Doctors brings that is perhaps somewhat unique to a general practice training scenario is a culture across the whole practice of really good quality general practice with joy. That I think without exception, the doctors that we work with here turn up to work motivated, enthusiastic. We enjoy our patient care. We have a real culture where, you know, there's a lot of safeguards to help protect us against burnout or to feel isolated. And that is something that I can see is so critical in the future of general practice and in helping our young registrars to learn those skills for themselves and to learn how to set up practice models around themselves that can be protective for their career longevity as they move forward. So part of that culture, because it's not just learning the medicine, of course, we actually need to learn how to be humans and how to be good people, if you like, how to know how to look after ourselves in the general practice setting. And so we've got some great systems in how we work out the communication between doctors and reception staff, how reception are able to actually protect and screen and look after the mental burden and the workload burden of our doctors.
It's a really important thing to do, and I actually think this place would be a good spot for registrar training. We've got quite a range of very competent doctors with a range of special interests and skills, and we also practice in such a way that we take more time with patients.
One thing that I consistently can say about working at this practice is that we're very collaborative. We can ask our colleagues for advice all of the time, and I know as a registrar, they'll have the time to talk to us about their concerns, learn from us. They'll have a really, really good time here. Everyone's so lovely, everyone's so friendly. We're laughing all the time here, but we also are really passionate about teaching and ensuring the next generation has as good experience as we're having here at the moment. Yeah.